back in the 60s. A news report says prisoners in China are routinely killed so their organs can be harvested and transplanted into other people. Human rights lawyer David Matas and former Liberal cabinet minister David Kilgore have been investigating the allegations on behalf of Falun Gong, a spiritual group that is banned in China.
The allegation and our findings are shocking. I mean, to us, this is a form of evil we have yet to see on this planet.
Chinese authorities have repeatedly denied organ transplants take place without donor consent. And joining us now in our studios is Cindy Gu. She is the publisher of the Epoch Times. This is one of the world's largest international Chinese language newspapers. It is the newspaper that first broke the story. Ms. Gu, when was the first time you heard about this story?
That was in early March. Two witnesses of this practice of organ harvesting of live Falun Gong prisoners were brought to us in early March, and we broke the story right after that.
Now, you've been following this story ever since. How widespread is this practice? Is it your sense that it's widespread throughout the country?
Yes, the practice is widespread. For example, we have done our own investigation and phone calls into China, as well as calling up our resources inside the country. Virtually, this practice is in most of the, if not all of the labor camps in China. Now, many people have asked, how many labor camps are there in China? The Chinese government have not publicly released that information. There could be hundreds and could even be thousands of them. And people, including prisoners of conscience, such as Falun Gong practitioners, are forced to work without pay for products, including products for export. And the number of detainees in the labor camp, according to the Chinese government a few years ago, the number was over 300,000, and that number can be even higher now.
Who runs these camps? Is it a military operation or a civilian?
I believe it's a civilian, and the labor camps is a system unique to China, and people will not go to any legal procedure and will be sent there for up to 3 years.
So is it your sense then that this is an official government-run organization, or is this somebody who's making some money on the side?
From all of the information we've got, this is not individual cases. And for example, one of the sources that came to us, who is a military doctor in Shenyang City of Northeast China, according to him, that this practice is well organized and systematically managed by the military system, the armed force, as well as the healthcare system. However, this is done very secretly. That's why we are only known this now after quite a few years. The cover-up is very tight, and anybody who would release this information could face life and death.
What kind of mindset makes it permissible to kill human beings to harvest their body parts?
Well, if you look at the history of China, historically China has been launching political campaigns or persecutions every 6 or 7 years, and different groups have been targeted. And once you are labeled as the enemy of the state or a political enemy, then they will do anything for you. For example, this doctor has, in one of his letters sent to us, revealed that there is a policy, a secret policy, that the government would treat so-called important prisoners or these, including Falun Gong practitioners. Their bodies are considered as industrial materials. So you can imagine what would they do to a human life in that case. And what we know now about these organ harvesting practice of Falun Gong practitioners certainly match that policy.
Cindy Gu, thanks for sharing the story, and good luck in your efforts to keep tracking it down.
Thank you, Dan.